What's new in your life?
Hmm?
What's new in your life? My interviews are very conversational, so feel free to always bounce back on ideas and everything. And I always start with the simple, "How are you? What's new in your life?"
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Is there you're releasing new music, right?
Yeah, I just released a new song.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us about like what was the process of that new song? Like, do you feel that it is a new you?
It was actually it's like an old me, not really a new me, because it was during a point in time where I was going through like heartbreak. So it's like a heartbreak song. So it's like I would say it's an old me, but it's the song is for people that are going through, heartbreak, tough times in love, and it's just to soothe their heart and soften their minds.
When you look at it's so funny you say that because a lot of artists, they'll drudge up a song they wrote 6 years ago and they're like, wow, this is actually good. When you think of your like old songs that you make new again, do you reflect on who you were? Like, this is a heartbreak song. You did it obviously when you were heartbroken. Is there a little bit of like, wow, I was really sad?
Yeah, kind of those are part of that because I really put my heart into the song, and the lyrics were really deep. So
Yeah.
reflecting on the song, I was like, damn.
Yeah, no, they are like really deep lyrics, and they're kind of like it's funny because you seem like you're happy. And it's always strange, or you seem like in a better place. So it's always strange to be in a better place and look at when you were in a bad one. Because it kind of, do you feel, and I don't even mean this offensively, I mean this like as somebody who has done the same thing. Like sometimes I go back on my sad songs and I was like, I'm so stupid. Like I don't even mean to say it like that. I was just like, oh my God, I was dramatic. I mean, it's not that serious. Get up. Like, do you feel that now with that song in particular?
Not really though. Like I wasn't really over dramatic with the song. I would say I was just really connecting because listening to the song still it just brings me back to that that time, that the environment and the vibe I was in when I wrote the song. So it just brings me back into that, and I'm like, okay, this is really really deep. This is really deep.
I like that. I like that you respect and give grace to your past self because that's something that I really want to do. And it makes me curious then because we're in the present. There is a future you that you're kind of connecting with in terms of your music, what you're releasing, what you're making. What do you feel like when you start visualizing future you, how do you feel he's going to be different in sound and spirit? Like where do you think you're going?
So that's a really great question. That's actually a really good question. So my future self, I see him as a, I see him as a very open-minded person, a very
Hmm.
lively, free person. For say like, but I'm pretty sure what he would be singing about is maybe still finding love.
He's still searching.
For love, exactly. So that is something I'm very sure that he will still be singing about.
Yeah.
The future me, of course. Yeah, he's going to be very emotional about his music and like the lyrics and everything.
Ooh, I love that you say that because that makes me curious. Because usually, then what do you feel present you is doing to get to future you? Because it seems like you describe somebody who's really lively, really open, and usually we not only see that for ourselves, it's that we want it. So how do you feel you right now is going towards that?
Honestly, I'm just, I'm just making music. I'm just there. To be
Yeah.
there, I'm just there. I'm just in my space because at this point I'm in this is what I call monk mode. So it's like a state where you just going hard and you're making music and you're just going hard non-stop 24. I wouldn't really say 24/7, but like, you know, no sleep days and stuff like that. You know, that kind of energy and
Yeah.
that kind of mindset and that kind of spirit, because the future me is definitely going to be successful. So the present me is working towards that. So that's the kind of
Mm.
state I'm in right now.
So it's kind of like you're above time.
You can say that. You can say that.
Yeah, because it seems like when you're talking about your work mode, you don't think about the past, you don't think about the future, even though you write about the past or you write about the future. So it's kind of like you put it in the writing, but you don't put it in yourself.
Something like that. I don't really understand what you're trying to say.
No,
You kind of lost me there, but
no,
yeah,
it what I'm saying is like usually when we make music, it's to free anxiety. The anxiety comes in after the song is done because it's like, is this a hit? Is this me? Should I put this out? But it seems like like when you think of how you're discussing it, if you think about time, then you'll be anxious, but you're not thinking about time. You're thinking about just making the music.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's almost like you go timeless. That's what I meant.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No, and I find that interesting because a lot of people, you're the second artist amongst 20 that I've interviewed that has kind of been like that. Usually I feel like, and maybe this is for you, when you make a song, it's peaceful, but when you have to publish it, it's not. It's the opposite. And I think that a lot of artists, that's where they get tripped up. And that infects the creative process too.
Sure. You make a point.
Yeah. But it seems like that's not for you. You're kind of happy. You're growing in your success. You are writing about the love you seek. And I'm curious then, as somebody who has written about heartbreak, what love do you want? Like what are you looking for in somebody that's like, yes, this is somebody who's like twin flame, soulmate, or just somebody that I need right now?
Honestly, I would say I have not gotten to the point where I'm able to say that because obviously I haven't really experienced love, unlike people that are older than me. And I
Yeah.
haven't really seen different sides of people and different parts of people. I mean, there are lots of people in the world right now that I have not discovered that probably have some way around love that you probably don't know yet. So I would say I'm not really in the right sense to say that at this stage of my life because it's a growing process. I might say this today and maybe next year I'll be looking for something different. So it just changes.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of shocked by that answer because usually we have an imagination about it. You don't imagine it or you just feel like you can't even do that cuz not without the experience.
I mean, I have imagined a couple of times, and it has gotten me some places, certain places,
What places are these? You're like it's gotten me certain places I shouldn't go back to.
exactly like for instance, there's Renegade,
Yeah.
which is one of those places. So
Okay. Okay. Oh, these are some really interesting answers because I've always thought that you have to picture it to bring it, but you also have to be open to what is going to be brought. Like I know what I by now I know what I want and need, but I also know that I don't know all that I want and all that I
it's
need. So it's kind of like
that's it.
yeah, it's like you need a foundation, but don't build the house. If that makes
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. So then if you don't want to like if you're kind of like humble bowing to love, what do you feel like you mentioned renegade like what do you feel heartbreak has taught you about what you don't want, about what are the mistakes you can make in love?
Well, there are a lot of mistakes you can make in terms of love. One of them I would say is, not giving your partner that time. Like it's where if you wanna work on your craft, or if you wanna just focus on your success, then leave the love aside. But if you
Yeah.
want if you want to try to balance the two of them, then you have to give like maybe 50% of your time to love, and then 50% of your time to your career. So like, saying you want to do both, and then just not being able to balance it, like maybe giving 90% of your time to your career, like 10% of your time to love, and that, it's not really balanced. So that could break things.
And you're definitely not. It seems like you're in career mode.
Exactly. That's what I call monk mode.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, and when did you realize that was your mode? Was it recently that you've kind of embraced it? Like, kind of, this is my mode right now. This is who I am. Because I feel also the journey of every artist is learning who they are to create and kind of accepting it. Like, I am at 2 o'clock in the morning, the most creative person you'll ever meet. And I hate it because that means I have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning to actually get inspired. And I hate it, but it's like, that's my time. I can't help it. Is what made you kind of see who you are as a creative?
I would say just I would say my past, and just looking back at how I've come, and like the mistakes that I've made, and just experiences that I've been through. I would say put me in this state. Just put me in the state to make up my mind to
Yeah.
be in this mode.
Was there a particular experience that they call, the aha moment? Was there a particular experience that you're like, okay, now that I've got to change things up and I've got to focus, or I have to get a method to my madness?
And there wasn't really a particular moment. It was just, you know, as like as time went through, it just the feeling kept coming, like, yo, you have to bro, you have to, just.
Yeah.
And then at a point, I just look back and I'm like, okay, time to concentrate. So I'm saying,
It's so interesting because it kind of seems like people say you have to tire yourself into submission. Like you almost have to get exhausted in terms of always avoiding what you need to do to actually do it. If that makes any sense. Would you agree with that? Like like you there's something inside you that tells you you call it monk mode, right?
yeah.
There's something inside you that's telling you this is how you have to go, this is your mode, this is what you have to do, and you avoid it, you get hurt or you make a mistake, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to do it, and then you get hurt again, you make a mistake, and it's almost like there comes a point where you get too tired to not do it.
Mm, I mean, I believe everyone has their, has their way of doing things. Mine was just, it was the whole idea of monk mode. It didn't really hit the way it's hitting now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, yo, just do this, do that, and I'll do this, do that, and then still do the things that brought me, or that gave me those experiences that brought me here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like I was trying to balance the two.
Okay. Okay. Well,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
it seems like, I mean, I'm not necessarily wrong. It seems like it's just, like you said, like life leads you to this point where it's like you can't avoid the point.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you feel beyond your music? Like what do you, it seems like it's also an energy thing, like just this sheer excitement that you have. Is it just something that happens like in terms of like there's a just an energy shift? Because it seems like when you talked about your future, how lively it is, how free you are. like I said, it means you're envisioning it. What do you feel particularly about now gives you permission to envision it, motivation to envision it?
You just basically the only thing that gives that motivates me to envision that type of thing is because like, you know, I have I have where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I have it. It's like at the back of my mind. You
Yeah.
know, when I wake up, it's like, thank you for the day. We have to be this person. And
Yeah.
that is just that motivates me because I'm not there yet. You know, that just
Yeah.
that motivates me to do what I want to do or what I'm supposed to do, to, you know, to
Yeah.
get me to that point.
Oh, so it's clarity and gratitude,
Yeah.
basically. You think you'll do a song about that? Like like thank you for the day. I am clear in every way. Look at me rhyming. I'm giving you lyrics here. Thank you for the day. I'm clear in every way.
I mean, I'll put that into consideration. I'll put that into consideration. That sounds like a very good idea, though. And you know what? If I actually do a song like that, I'll probably give you credit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, it seems like you should because you've got your heartbreak songs, but it seems like you're so much better than that right now, spiritually, you know,
Generally.
and generally. And it seems like maybe that doing that music, because some people believe that music is like spells. Every song is a ritual, a manifestation ritual. So maybe in singing like you are your future or singing to your future, you'll become it. Your future is clear, it's free, it's open. So sing about that.
I will do that. You know what? You just gave me a pretty good idea that put into I will prioritize the consideration. You know what I'm saying?
Yay! Look at that. And I have video footage. I inspired this. I've got video proof. But yeah, I think it's so funny because I was talking about this. I think yesterday in an interview, like somebody was saying about she was saying about how like she wants to use her music to summon her future. And I never saw it like that. To kind of it like everybody sings about who they were and she's like but it's gone and I rather sing to who I want to be, like kind of bring her out, and who I want to be is love. So she's writing love songs, not heartbreak songs. Like I want to be in love. And I thought that was so interesting because I personally, as a writer, often use music as catharsis for what has happened. I never think of it as what could.
Mm, that's deep.
Yeah, it's but it seems like you're kind of having that epiphany too right now.
I think I am. I think I am.
Yeah, because usually when people get quiet, but like they start squinting their eyes, it's that they're seeing something, like they're having a moment in their head, like, yeah, why am I writing about what was? Let me write what could be.
You know, writing about what was actually is actually it's like, you know, it's like telling a story. You know, when you read books and you know, books and storybooks, you know, these are experiences, or like the non-fiction books actually are like past experiences, things that happened in the past. So that as well, I feel like everyone is basically used to that. You know, it's like for me, listening to music sometimes is like listening to an audio book, like an audio story or something. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. But I also think that maybe like when I was talking to her, one thing that I thought of was her name is Kylan, by the way, Kylan Malin. She came out with a song, and one thing that I thought of when I was talking about her was maybe as crazy as it is, we're not we there is a lack of imagination sometimes with artists, especially nowadays with so many heartbreak songs and so many songs about what was. Maybe we're not working hard enough to picture something better. or the future? Because she's very future based. And I thought like it kind of it made me feel called out, but in the kindest way, if that makes sense. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I really don't envision the future. I don't like to. It gives me anxiety. Maybe I don't have hope, you know? You're just like, can we end this interview so I could write a few songs?
Nah,
That's what I'm
don't
getting.
really.
You're kind of like, okay, you're hitting me with so much right now that I need to like meditate and make an album.
I mean, if the inspiration is enough to make an album, then let's go for it.
I mean, when you think about the future so big, what we want from it is a lot. You can make an album out of everything you want, everything you envision about the future because you have it in the back of your head.
That's pretty deep, and that's a pretty good idea as well.
I'm giving you so many ideas. Hire me. Hire
I
me,
mean, we have we have
honestly.
we have we have this on record though, so
Yeah, yeah. I'm like video evidence. This Grammy Award winning album was inspired by me. Well, what would you
that,
call if you had could title an album based on your future, based on what you want from it? What would be the title? Because I always find titles to be the hardest thing to do.
I'm having like two ideas right now. It's like you can name the album. You can literally name the album "The Future,"
Yeah.
or you can name the album "A Letter to My Future Self."
Hmm. Or you could name it Future You because it's also like when somebody reads it, it's also like, oh, future me,
Mm.
future you,
That too.
future you. Ooh, and also sounds like feature you. So it's like it sounds so many things. Yeah. Okay. We're just making an album at this point. At this point of this, we're just making a record. Yeah, get on. It was just like there's too much inspiration going on right now. Um, but I think what were you gonna say? What was your last thought?
I was saying like you just gave me a whole an inspiration that is worth probably an album, and I would definitely prioritize this.
Yeah, I think it would be good for you. I think it will. I always end my interviews because we've had like 15 questions. It's supposed to be 15 minutes, and I think we're going on 30. So I always end my interviews with like oracles for positivity and stuff. Would you like me to pull you some?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Like they're just affirmations or like good vibes. They're not evil or anything. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Oh my God, that's so interesting. Let me make sure that I got all the good cards too. Ooh, okay. You kind of got a similar message to an artist that I just interviewed because it's so interesting. You got boot, which means increase your efforts to achieve your goals, and you got shark, which means take care or there'll be a loss of material wealth. And I'm saying this because, like, these cards together, what they mean is that you're in this moment of your life where it's either you get it all or you get nothing. And there's something really exciting about that because it means you're about to level up. But you don't have to level up if you don't try, if you don't work hard. And then we were talking about love, and you got ring, which means a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. But it seems like you've got love coming into your life too. And we were just talking about that. So, love,
I'll be anticipating that.
yeah, right? Imagine, well, you are writing about your future. So maybe future you is telling you, hey, we're about to be booed up. We're gonna have 50-50 now. Who knows? I mean, maybe you'll fall for a fellow artist. Ooh, okay. Yeah. You've got, I always pick like six. Success is assured, egg, with very hard work. So it's kind of elaborating that message I told you, where it's just like you're at this point where you are about to get everything you wanted. And that means more effort, more work, more creativity. Because if you don't give more, you'll get nothing. And then your last two are a friend is thinking about you and dark woman, dealings or relationship with somebody of either dark complexion or hair. So again, love and leveling up. Yeah.
That's
Yay.
pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah. I think you got a really cool message of just try hard and be open to love. Yay.
I'll see to that.
Now, just go write the album already. You're writing it in your head. Just write it already. Well, this was a really great interview. I'm really excited for you. I think like we got some good ideas here. I think I gave you some good motivation. I think you're going to make a good record.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you and have a nice day. I will see you.
Oh, yeah, have a nice night.
All right. Bye.